3, 2, 1, bro.
Brothers Murph.
I like that. Brothers
Murph.
What's up, everyone? This is the 2010s Rewind. We're going through each year of the 2010s, talking about our favorite games. That was the big video we already did. This time, we're talking about 2011, because here's the thing. We had a video where we chose 2 games from each year in the 2010s, but there was a lot more games that came out.
There's a handful.
So we're going year by year, talking about the games that we love that missed our list, and then talking about other games that were big.
Big in the time.
And we just haven't played yet. But there's a lot of games where we're like, oh my gosh, this came out that year. And here's the thing, we're not even the worst years.
Oh,
we start getting like 2015, 16, 17, it gets rough.
These years are a flippin' breeze.
But even in 2011, there are a grip of games that came out.
It hurts. It hurts.
So, what did we choose for 2011?
All right, so for 2011, a tiny little game called Castles of Burgundy came out.
Indie board game.
Had to choose the indie underdog.
Had to do it. Where I chose the big conglomerate of Dungeon Pets.
Yeah, you did.
So, yeah.
The one everyone knows.
So those are the games we actually picked. I picked Dungeon Pets. Mikey picked Castles of Burgundy. But what else came out that year, Mike?
Dude, okay, this is one of the first games we got that we didn't appreciate in its time because we were way too new in board gaming.
We started appreciating it this year, literally.
Yeah, this year is Eclipse.
Yeah, big game.
It's a big 4X space game. You're running around and finding parts of the galaxy, getting stuff, getting these different economies going to get ships, blowing up your friends, things like that. Fighting ancient monsters and whatnot. Super cool game. Was too heavy when we first bought it. But now we have it. We finally appreciate it and love it. Eclipse is fantastic.
It's a good one.
What else, Nick?
One that set a lot of people on that list is we didn't have Lord of the Rings. We didn't have any Lord of the Rings games on our list. Spoilers. But
I guess we're not fans.
I guess we're not fans. But Lord of the Rings, the Living Card game, which came out in 2011, which is a game that we really love and talk about, and it wasn't our favorite. It just wasn't of the year. But Lord of the Rings Living Card game is outstanding.
I know.
Arkham Horror, the card game, and now Marvel Champions have kind of come after their kind of spiritual successors of this game.
Right.
But we like Lord of the Rings better because Lord of the Rings is the greatest thing ever made. So, you know.
Another game that I've only played once, but I really like because people liken it to Pandemic is Flashpoint Fire Rescue.
Yeah, firefighters are not a big enough theme. I need more firefighter games.
Firefighters are heroes.
They're
man.
Super
Super cool. And that one's cool because you
women just being like
good different stuff. You can blast down walls, get through. It seemed very dealing with a structural fire and trying to get people out.
Yeah.
I want to play it again because we did really badly.
Yes, we did.
But because I don't think we thought of I was just hacking down walls all the time. You're like, yeah, the building's going to fall down if you do that too much. I was like, oh, okay, got it.
Another game that came out, really one of the biggest games of the decade, probably in terms of just sheer sales, is King of Tokyo, came out in 2011.
Snooze.
That game, has had a grip of success.
Dude, that game has done well for itself because it's simple, it's fun, it's Yahtzee style, rolling, smashing up monsters. You're either in Tokyo, you're not.
Here's
it's
the thing.
A brilliant game.
I'm not a huge King of Tokyo fan. I'm really not. But I will say that in terms of gateway games, it might be the best one out there because I've never had that game go over badly.
Who wouldn't want to be like Godzilla?
Yeah. Your giant monsters kicking the crap out of each other. What's not to love? And I don't really love it that much, but nonetheless, it's good. Yeah. Mansion's first edition came out, which has then been re-implemented in second edition, which is much better.
Obviously, the app and all
but this
that
was
stuff.
the first of that.
Dark Moon came out, which is a fun social deduction game. People liken it to Battlestar Galactica, but you don't have to take all
Express is what it used
to play it. Where you're in some moon base or something, you're cruising around and some of you do not belong. It's all these dice rolls that happen behind a screen. And because they're dice rolls, you're going to have some negative results. And so you just end up looking suspicious. But you're like, dude, it's just the dice. But if you say, I rolled real bad, guys. I wish I could contribute more to this problem. People are like, oh, sure you are.
Oh, sure you did, Frank.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so it gets very you get very...
it's one of the only
suspicious.
Long-form hidden trader games that I actually enjoy.
It was very fun.
I don't really like big hidden trader games, but that one I actually didn't mind. Last Will came out in 2011. It's a game that we really like. We like its spiritual successor, or actually not even, its straight up sequel, which is the Prodigals Club. We like significantly more. But I like Last Will.
Is super fun. It really is.
I like it more than you, I think, for sure.
Yeah, but I think I like it more than I think I do.
Yeah, probably.
Probably just need to play it again.
But Last Will's a great game. You're trying to you got a big inheritance. You're trying to blow all your money in a tight, crunchy worker placement game. It's very fun, very weird. I love it.
A couple others came out. Letters from Whitechapel we played once. So it's cool. You're trying to find Jack the Ripper and the hidden movement. Super stressful game. Takenoko, which is like fun, super duper light. They just actually came out with an app for it, which I prefer an app form because I realized it is a super light game for the amount of kind of pieces and things and the price point and all that. So I'm like, I'd rather pay $5 than $50 for it. But Takenoko is back in my life now.
Indeed, Village, the brands, Marcus and Egan Brand Village came out. One of our good friends has it, and we keep meaning to play it, and we just haven't yet. And so we really
becoming
love
this
Village.
weird, like never gonna happen game.
Yeah, Mage Knight, massive game by Vlada Chvátil came out. Huge game. Also want to play it. I don't think I'm gonna like it very much, but I want to play it at least once. You know?
Yeah, I want to see.
Just to see.
Speaking of Felds, Castles of Burgundy took my heart, but one I want to play, want to play is Trajan. Trajan came out in 2011, excuse me, and Matthew Jude will not teach me.
Yeah,
he won't do it. I don't think he's ever played.
I don't think he's played either.
I think he fell into a lie early on.
He can't find his way out of it.
How do I get out now?
It's too late.
What do I got to do?
What do I got to do?
What's this? Aura
Labora. That's a Uwe Rosenberg, Clemens Franz game. It's in his Agricola, that whole not world. It's not the same world, but it just feels like Le Havre, Caverna, Agricola, Aura et Labora. Those are all. I feel like they're all
farming for the things and getting the stuff.
You know, I don't honestly know much about it. I just know that it's been a popular game, and it's in that stuff of the Uwe games, you know, before they got good.
A couple other huge games which I don't know what they are, and so I just don't know. Summoner Wars and
two-player
Sentinels
card game
of the Multiverse.
Sentinels Multiverse, I don't know
Summoner
too much
Wars,
about.
yeah, I know about that because Crook wants to teach us.
Yeah. Summoner Wars is I've heard very good. Always wanted to play it, but haven't had a chance to. Sentinels Multiverse, I honestly don't know what kind of game it is. All I know is that there is a
bring it up a lot.
They love it, and I know there's a ton of upkeep. So people say only play on the app because it does all the upkeep for you, kind of like Through the Ages in the same way, where it's like there's no upkeep on the app.
Maybe I'll download the app.
So I've heard the app is great though.
Okay.
So Sentinels of the Multiverse, which is super cool. Kingdom Builder, the Dave Luza classic.
The classic Dave Luza product.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I thought it was fine.
It's all about adjacency, man.
We played it. It was one of the first games we played with our good friend Steve.
Yep, it was awesome.
He taught us, and
That's
it's fine.
That was totally
Queen
good.
games, you know, it's got a yellow box.
Why not?
Per use.
Quarriors.
Quarriors is
Quarriors.
There's a game that everyone compares Quarriors to.
Put it in the comments below.
Is it Blood Rage?
Put it in the comments below. It's a pool builder. Put it in the
I
comments
can't
below.
remember what Quarriors gets compared to a lot, but I've always heard really good things about Quarriors. I think it's a much lighter game.
Heard nothing.
But I've always heard it's really good. That's why I wrote it down because I wanted to bring it up because I've always heard great things about Quarriors. Yeah, so those are just some of the games that came out in 2011. There's even more. I mean, 2010 was a good year, but 2011 you're really just like, whoa,
Start to see that things
I mean, you
are
really
taking
think about
off.
it, dude. Like, you think Eclipse, massive game. King of Tokyo, one of the biggest board games in the last 10 years. Summoner Wars is massive. Mage Knight is massive.
Right.
Sentinels of the Multiverse. I mean, so many of these games are not even just like, oh, it's a good game that came out that year. No, it's like, these are big games. I mean, games that have had huge lasting effects on the hobby. You know, it's like, man, you know, it's very cool. 2011 was a good year for games. 2010 we're like, oh, this will be easy. We got to 2011. We're like, oh,
this might not be as easy as we thought.
ooh, this is harder, and it's just gonna get worse. I mean, it gets worse as every year goes by. So make sure to check out the last video and all the rest of the videos.
Dang, 2012 is coming next soon, so do check that out because it's going to get harder for sure. And then it starts to really hurt after that. So do come back and check those out as we rewind. Feel free to share this video around. Put your favorites from 2011 in the comments below because I'm sure we still are missing things. There's still great games that we're not talking about.
Yep.
We just don't have time. Time is of the essence. And we're in the past and we got to stay in the present because we might lose the future. I think I just wrote a movie. I'm pretty sure I just wrote Back to the Future. Somehow. Somehow it's in there. So anyway, thank you so much. Give this video a share. Thumb it up. Subscribe if you're new to us. Go check out our top 10 games of the decade. If you haven't, if you're starting with this, watch that first.
Yeah.
Because we're spoiling that and this.
All day.
And that's going to be quicker than this.
Yes.
But then come back and watch this after. All right. Cool.
All those things, yes.
Anyway, until next time, I'm Mike Murphy.
I'm Nick Murphy.
We're the Brothers Murph. And we just rewound 2011.